Spoilers!
Yeah. And then if you collect all of them, full completionist style, apparently they give you a golden turd.
I don't know, guys. Read the fucking book, I guess.
Do a barrel roll.
Hey everybody, this is Jeff, your GM, and you're listening to Big Campaign Stories. To start us off with some lightsaber checks, let's begin with Oswald.
Hey, everybody. I'm Jesse. I'm playing as Oswald, and I got a 19. Marshall, go ahead.
I am Marshall, and I play Keegan, and I just closed out a roll 20. I have acquired a 17. John, you take it.
This is John playing as Lucius, and I got a 4. Did you roll yet, Sean?
No.
Do it.
I'm Sean. I'm playing 4s. And I got twice as good as John got. I got an 8.
Excellent. So, John, do you want to give us the recap?
No.
Perfect.
I could give part of an update. I don't know how complete it is, but I have at least some notes.
Do it.
So when we started the previous episode, that grenade blast had just gone off, and had gone through a portal door to some unknown location. So we quickly discovered that the grenade blast had destroyed our side of the portal door inside that storage unit. Lucius rounded us all up. We all got in the van and started driving to go pick up Fours. Meanwhile, Fours is exploring this storage unit location on the other side, which I think was an evidence room or something like that for the Seekers. But it turns out maybe they were dirty Seekers and that were working with the Blink Dog gang. Snuck around in there, got some zip codes for locations, but no key card. Checked out boxes. One of them was marked "Do Not Touch Church of the Constant." Eventually, Fours found the prototype that we were actually hired to grab, and he grabbed that and the tack armor, the Punch Junction tack armor. We made it up to Sulene, picked up Fours at a Bar Hamburger, had some lunch. Keegan tried on the tack armor. Apparently it looks really awesome on him, and we took a lot of photos to prove it. And we got word from Gore that Coyote detectives are casing our HQ. And that's what I've got.
Those were some notes, Jesse. Thank you very much.
Yeah, so we had started to take off, but I believe, Jesse, you said there's a couple things you wanted to drop off before we head out?
Yeah. You're talking about the Festival Family's gifts for folks.
Correct, yeah. So Barry would see you guys all off towards the airport, but before you leave...
So for the folks we're leaving behind, I think Sharap was not coming with us, so I wanted to give him a low-level chess-playing AI program, so that because I know his chessboard got replaced, but I don't know how much luck he's having with actually having people to play with lately. And for Barry, new earbuds and a 12-month subscription to a classical music service. I assume he likes classical music. I don't know why. Just that's the personality vibe I get from him. And that is so that he doesn't have to listen to Gore all the time. And for Ravik, a set of 4 disentanglement puzzles. Those are like those nails or weird metal hoops or things that are all like connected, and you have to like figure out how to like twist them and manipulate them to get them all apart.
Mm-hmm.
That seems like something that works for him. For Max, who we don't know as well, a balanced engineering gift card. And for Akalik, a newly released book on coding.
Everyone's very thankful, and there's that little bit for at least some of the new guys of, oh shit, I didn't know we were giving away presents.
Exactly what happened to me last time.
And they appreciate the gifts. Sharap will give you a hug.
Hey, I like hugs. And Gore is coming with us, right?
Correct.
Okay, everybody else's gifts I plan to give at the actual festival families.
And then my family usually doesn't do gifts, but for this special occasion, I got gifts for everybody too. So they're all the same thing. They're all XXL Bah Hamburger shirts.
Awesome.
So the people that are staying, they can unwrap them. You guys can take a wild guess what your presents will be later.
All right, excellent. So yeah, you guys will hop in the wrecker, heading across the town into Dustbanter proper to get to the airport.
Yeah, I should mention Cobbler's in my vest.
Okay, cool.
We're bringing Cobbler.
Nice.
As you guys get to the airport and begin to load on, unless you have a mercenary license, you can't have a weapon on the plane, so they will confiscate any items of that sort that they promise to give back once you land.
I will have my pistol on me.
Oh, so we're flying. What's the plane like?
My folks paid for airship tickets for us all.
Okay.
Yep, I will gladly hand my pistol over.
Yeah, I'll give over my weapons.
Probably would not have brought any weapons with me.
That's fair.
You guys will load up on a large Mon Air airship as it will take off from Duskbanter. The city drifting behind you, getting smaller. Even the massive Amon Ziggurat looks somewhat manageable. The distance reduces down to something a lot less visually imposing. The keepers on the ship will let you know it's going to be about 14 hours, and thank you for choosing Mon Air. For Oswald, you'll hear a familiar voice on the intercom.
Oh, shit.
Hey everyone, this is David, your captain, letting you know that everything's running smooth and we plan to be on time. We're going to take our trip across the coast before cutting the straight to land in Pauldron. Once we level out, please enjoy walking around the upper deck so you can enjoy the sights, and make sure to wear a coat. It can be a bit chilly up there. Talking to you, Ozzy.
I am sure that I'm wearing my winter clothes.
But yeah, from up here, once it levels out, if you guys head up on deck, you can't see the house banners or colors. You can see the small outline of the Estelle Estate as you guys pass along, following the train tracks that run along the coast and across the land bridge that connects to the Amalian Desert. The spider woods at this height glint and glimmer with the webs that are being cast adrift into the sky. After hours, you'll see the sprawl of Longsong, the cluster of boats gathered in the bay that come around the Storm Cape. As the hours drift, as you go further across the desert, you see strange lights and energy gathering out amongst the dunes. The rift drakes open their small temporal cracks to jump between them, moving in the wake of the wind created by the ship and its Hedron engine. Eventually, the ship will turn out over the ocean, and for a bit you cannot see land before the faint, massive outline of a boulder that creates Pauldron starts to form. Underneath you in the ocean, you can see the forms of giant dragon turtles moving as a herd. A massive tempest squid silhouettes them from below, before you watch a dragon turtle disappear into the darkness. As you get close to the end of your trip, it'll be a fun turn as you pass over Pauldron, seeing the massive cracks in the huge stone that makes up the city, the bridges that connect each part, and the towers of stone that all extend to the sky, around it jutting out from the ocean. Once you land, they'll give you back your items, and you can collect your luggage as you guys exit the airport in Pauldron. As you land, the harsh smell of seawater and the calling of gulls can be heard and felt all around. It is not hard to spot which android is Oswald's mother. She's holding a sign that says Bold Requisitions, with a fun little drawing of Oswald in the corner. But she waves excitedly as she watches you guys gather your luggage and approach. And when close enough, like a roper from a dungeon, her arms reach out and pull him into a tight embrace.
Oh, yeah.
But after she lets go of Oswald, she'll step forward. Hi, I'm Mary. It's so great to meet you all. So excited to have you all here. David will meet us back home. Let's get you all settled.
Yeah, I'll go to shake her hand with my good hand. It is nice to meet you.
And you're Lucius, correct?
I am.
I will shake her hand as well and say, I'm Keegan, I'm new. Pleasure to meet you.
Oh, absolutely. I hope you guys like food. We have a lot of it.
I do like food.
Food, you say?
If they don't introduce themselves, I'll gesture to Fours and Gore both and say, that's Fours and this is Gore.
Gore will go in for the hug and catch Mary off guard a bit, but she'll give the hug back as he will go back to his phone as he is rapidly typing and posting away.
I'll go for a hug too.
Yeah.
Yay, hugs.
She'll give a light hug back and we'll head back to the house. Then you guys can check out the city for a bit before we get ready for dinner.
Sweet.
But with that, you guys will hop into one of the transit shuttles that they have here that will putz along across bridges and past businesses and buildings across kind of a sunny sky. It's probably a little odd being here compared to being in Dustbanter, even though it is chilly out, how bright the sun is and how blue the sky can be, where you're not constantly surrounded by skyscrapers and neon lights and almost perpetual overcast that Dustbanter has.
I'll have the window rolled down. I'm just enjoying the smell of the salty air.
There's definitely a lot more Illican and Void here.
So Oswald, you grew up here?
Yeah, more or less. This is where I grew up after I got adopted, yeah.
You're adopted?
I guess I'm not sure how adoption protocol stuff works, but why didn't you take your adopted parents' names?
That's a good question. They didn't see the need to, change my name legally when they adopted me, and I was a kid, so I didn't think to ask.
Pretty canonically, most androids in world don't really have last names.
Mm-hmm.
And having the last name Raylan does confer certain benefits to you.
Yeah, they adopted me when I was, 10, 12, something like that?
Mary would definitely take this time to kind of point out, like any parent kind of does, things that they think are fun or cute that may be embarrassing. Maybe Oswald's outgrown it. But Mary will definitely point out that, oh, that was Oswald's favorite place, the favorite ice cream store. We had a fight to keep him away from there whenever he got money.
Well, we should go get some ice cream there.
Heck yeah. The blueberry ice cream is the best.
Yeah, and she'll bother the driver to pull over for you guys to
Sweet.
get some pre-dinner ice creams.
Like adults.
Yeah, there's a little bit of that oddity of, well, they are androids, but honestly, they're probably age-wise maybe the same age as Lucius.
And that makes them that they're still people, Lucius. Like you should you should respect them as people.
Ouch.
Yeah, but the common flavor here served at this ice cream place is caramelized squid.
I'm in.
I am gonna get 2 scoops of one of blueberry pie and the other one of rice pudding because I know I'm gonna get caramelized squid, like actual caramelized squid later.
I'll probably copy Oswald's order. I think he knows what's up.
They've got a strawberry. I'll grab that.
Yeah, they do. But perfect. Yeah, the lizard folk behind the counter will serve you all a bunch of ice creams and smile as you guys head out.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, have a good one.
I maybe still have some ice cream left in my hand by the time we get back to the car.
Yeah, I'll be surprisingly slow with my caramelized squid ice cream. Savor this one.
I'll look over to Oswald and be like, "Yeah, careful with your fingers there."
What? It's good.
As established in canon, Illikens do not suffer from brain freeze.
Hmm. I can just eat it as fast as I want, and I do.
Can you imagine though how epic the brain freeze would be if we had those donut squid brains? Just put a nice cold lump of ice cream right in the middle of that donut.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But yeah, within about half an hour, you guys pull up to a medium-sized home. See that there's a couple rooms on the side as Mary will offer to help carry things in, but sure you guys got it.
Yeah, I don't have any luggage.
I just brought my rucksack.
I brought a big trunk.
I probably have like a suitcase.
Yeah, you can see they've modified Oswald's room, so bed's been kind of pushed up against the wall. There's a couple other cots in here, as well as the main room that they normally rest in has been modified to accommodate 2 other beds as well. You can see food trays as far as like fruits and things. Some of them brought from Nugget or from the Plains, and some from the Pine Barrens that are all across the table.
Nice.
Mary will say that I have a lot of prep to do, so Oswald, why don't you show your friends around?
Okay. And I will proceed to do exactly that. I'll grab a few snacks as I walk past the food and take them around the house, I guess.
Yeah, she'll tap and here's some Grick tentacles.
Yes. I will like start chewing on one and hand out more to all my friends. Try these; they're good.
I shall take one
This is
Yeah, I'll try a
the
small amount, but
and pop it in my mouth.
caramelized
already.
business you were anticipating earlier.
Not exactly. Grick tendrils are a little different.
This dried Grick tentacle, imagine you're kind of like chewing on beef jerky, but it's just all gristle.
Okay.
Okay.
And so like it has a decent enough mouthfeel, but it runs out of flavor pretty quick. So you're just kind of chewing on it for the next 20 minutes.
So he handed out dog cheese for me. I'm probably enjoying it.
Yeah.
I'm chewing on it.
I'll basically take them around the house. And just kind of show them, here's my room, and here's my folks' place, and here's the study, and it probably doesn't take very long to go through the entire house.
Yeah, you guys can see, of course, pictures of Oswald as a child, goofy grin, and jackets that don't quite fit.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'll be enjoying all of the decor here, checking out all the photos.
This is a great house, Oswald.
Yeah, it was a good place to grow up.
were you an only child?
Yep. So yeah. And then I'll look around awkwardly because I'm not at all sure what I should do with all of you now.
Gore is occasionally taking pictures of young Oswald in photos and whatnot.
Of course he is.
I'm standing there, I'm holding one end of my trunk, and I'll just kind of like lift it up and down a little bit, looking at Oswald.
Yeah. I guess I don't know. Pick a bed, and I'll I'm sure we saw beds as I took you around the house. So yeah, I'll just take whatever's left over. I'm not picky.
What time of day is it?
It's getting to be late evening, about 5, 6 p.m.
Okay. Probably hang up my owl bear cloak.
You said there was 2 beds in the living area.
3 beds in Oswald's room and basically 3 beds in his parents' room.
Okay. Lucius, we should stay in this one.
Sounds
Yeah.
fair. But I would like to take a walk around the neighborhood.
Sweet.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind
I'm
stopping
assuming
by a
it's a
store or
neighborhood.
something.
Yeah. Let's just check with my mom and see how much time we have before dinner.
Oh, we guys have probably about 2-3 hours. David's finishing up shift and getting everything ready, so he's got to pick up the cake on the way back.
Ooh, cake. Okay.
Is today festival day or is it tomorrow?
Oh, we generally have a feast before, but then we'll have the exchanging of presents tomorrow.
Okay.
So, okay, cool. Well, we'll be back in a few hours then, Mom.
All right, be safe, and she will go to give you a kiss on the forehead.
I will accept. I guess let's go. And gosh, I think I would fall into old habits, and by reflex, I would grab my skateboard.
Your skateboard would be probably still in your room, so
Yeah, I'd grab that out of my suitcase, I assume.
Does it have embarrassing designs on it?
I mean, I probably have like stickers on it of like bands that have not been cool for 15 years.
Sharpied on that stupid S logo.
Yes, I definitely have like 7 of those S's, like all like chained together.
you guys will head out into the city of Pauldron. Up top here, it's all built on this kind of cracked boulder that does have a lower part to the city. But up on top, there's bridges that help keep everything kind of connected. People moving about. There's a lot more kind of standard torches to kind of light neighborhoods, though Oswald's starting to probably see the beginning of more electronic lights and LED lights in shops and whatnot as Pauldron continues to expand with its airport to include some of the bigger cities. Local neighbors will wave at Oswald as they see him kind of come out.
I'll wait back. I think I'm probably walking towards the slushy place.
It's 6 o'clock or so. The slushy guy, I'm sure, is probably tidying up and getting ready to close shop. As who gets slushies past like 5 o'clock in winter?
Us, apparently.
Oh, we're being judged by this convenience store guy.
And then I'm also just strolling out in my normal wear. I didn't feel like that bulky coat, so Albert Cloak's back at Oswald's house.
Yeah, rather vicious gang of seagulls will eye you guys as you guys exit the convenience store.
I'll probably just start taking y'all around town. I'm very used to going around town on foot, so I wouldn't think to get a cab or anything unless somebody mentions it. Which just means it'll take a while to get anywhere.
Yeah, I'm fine on foot.
I'm okay walking. Is there like a store or something we can swing by that's besides a convenience store?
Sure. Yeah, we can head to the mall, I guess.
I'm keeping an eye on those seagulls.
That sounds fantastic.
Birds aren't real.
Well, I know that if they swoop on me, for every 2d6 of damage they do to me, they'll do 1d6 to themselves.
I mean, just, keep your Grick tendrils tucked away and they should leave you alone.
You're the only tendrilled person here, I think.
No, they don't go after that stuff. And I'll, self-consciously, muss my own tentacles around a little bit. Yeah, I guess we will head to the mall. I'm just, walking with, a skateboard under my hand. Or under my arm.
The Pauldron Mall has kind of a wide area in the middle with a fun fountain. It looks like it's built to be more of almost a cultural area for people just kind of to hang out at. But there are fine shops, clothing places. It also doubles as kind of this is where the Omni Mart is part of it, versus a lot of smaller shops are built into neighborhoods. Being in this mall would feel like a super tamed down version of being downtown Dust Banter.
Are there a bunch of juggalos?
Everywhere. Yeah, Oswald never mentioned this place is lousy with juggalos.
Oh shit.
Pauldron's mostly, or it's very vertical, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, how far up or down is the mall in the grand scheme of the layout of the vertical layout of the city?
Oh, the mall part would be on the flat upper part.
Okay.
Yeah, if we have time, I'll take you guys around to the lower part tomorrow. But we don't have. It takes more than a few hours to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Even though, if we were to get, say, a taxi, that's probably not true.
Sure, but I mean, it's also getting late, so
Yeah.
We didn't pass by the sword displays that show all the katanas.
House of Cutlery.
Another House of Cutlery reference.
Whatever this mall's version of mall katanas are, we're getting them.
Like every mall, it's gate kept by the candle store, which permeates everything with its horrid stench.
Yeah. If you just have a mere 10 con, you're not making it through the Yankee Candle store.
But yeah, as you guys wander about the mall, I don't know what you guys are looking for exactly.
We came for Keegan.
Yeah, I'm looking around. I need to.
I'm just gonna wander over to this gift store. You guys go away.
I need to get some gifts. Hey, I'll back at the center fountain in about an hour.
Okay. Yep, makes sense.
Yeah, I'll see you guys in about an hour.
Looks like somebody wasn't prepared. Anyways, let's go check out those katanas.
I'm sure Oswald likes browsing the House of Cutlery, so yeah, we'll go look at the katanas. People buy that shit.
Yeah, I mean, you could probably see fun stuff like replica orc shot puts.
Replica sword made from a dead god.
Replica cutlass from that pirate comic that I read.
Yeah. Yeah, please do not test the fake swords out. Thank you.
All right. Well, I'll probably be pretty disappointed with mall katanas. I always wanted to see them.
How do you know without an appraise?
Oh.
All right, we're doing this. All right, I got a total of 17. What kind of caliber of mall katanas are we looking at here?
These would look wonderful displayed behind somebody on a video stream, but you know these wouldn't last moments in a battle against anybody in an actual situation.
Oh, what else do you do at malls? I forget.
Food court.
Food
Hell
court.
yeah.
There's got to be an arcade somewhere.
Oh, movie theater. Is this one of them also that has the attached movie theater?
It does, but it has basically only two things showing. Like one of those only has a couple screens, but yeah, you guys can hit up the arcade where there's the constant interfaces for people that want to kind of play around with virtual reality games or virtual gambling kind of things.
I'll look to Oswald. Just be like, so what's good here?
At the arcade? I probably don't play the gambling games. I'm more interested in like probably the ones that have like the big plastic gun you pick up and you're like shooting at the screen. You're fighting zombies or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So that'd probably be my go-to. Or maybe a racing game, like where you've got like that big like bike you're supposed to get on and go through a race course. Those are the ones I'll gravitate towards. The ones with the big props.
the Corleone Jungle Hunters.
Yeah, you can like get into like the fake Jeep and it's got like the windshield is the screen of the video game. Yeah.
Yeah.
While you guys are all wondering about this, like a crowd is forming around me as I'm just destroying DDR.
It's your unseen servant, and you're just standing on the side. Yeah, I'm totally gonna play some Corleone Jungle Marines with Oswald.
Awesome.
Yeah, you guys are doing pretty well until the Star Child level.
No one ever gets past that one.
It's just designed to eat your credits.
Yep.
But within an hour, Keegan will return with various bags.
Yep. Got a lot of good stores here. That made in Pauldron store is nice.
Get a sick keychain that says Pauldron on it.
The keychain that just has the weird shape on it, and it's like, oh, that's the territorial borders of Pauldron. It's supposed to be.
Right. It's a really weird shape. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys would see the small Karens, the kind of four-armed, flat, crab-like creatures that are very common here down in the lower city, but they have them in kind of aquariums here around the mall as they kind of clop about and kids throw dried grick tentacles in and they watch them kind of fight over it. But as it approaches 8 o'clock, it's about time to head back. By the time you guys walk back, David has arrived back at home. Food is set up. There is kind of a welcome home cake that has been quickly adjusted to be welcome bold requisitions. And Keegan, you will definitely recognize the voice of the pilot as a person you also saw at the mall quickly buying presents.
Oh, hello there.
Yeah, he'll wipe his hands off and say, oh, hi.
Pleasure to meet you. I'm Keegan.
David with a 5.
Of course.
Okay.
I'm Lucius. I'll let everybody else introduce themselves.
I'm 4s. Where does the 5 go?
Oh, in the middle.
David. All right. And it is pronounced David?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, it's basically taking the V from the middle of David as the Roman numeral 5.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yep. That tracks better. Oh, I think I see how this is. So this is David and Mibri.
And that's Gore. He's probably like, just staring at his phone.
Yeah, Gore would look up and, hello, pleasure. But you can see he's got empty slushy cup. He's got his bag of crick tentacles that he's basically finished by himself. And he is sitting down and plugging in his phone to get it recharged. But yeah, for this evening, they would want to ask you guys, how is Oswald doing? How's the city going? How's work? Tell us about what goes on in the great land of Dusk Banter. We've heard so many stories about you guys, but we've never really got to meet you.
I'll smile and look at Lucius as I am loading up my plate.
I will do exactly the same thing.
Yeah, well, it's always quite busy in Dusk Banter. This is definitely a nice change of pace for us. So thank you for having us over. But yeah, just normal, whatever we can do to get by with the business that we do.
But then we also got time to go to fancy parties. And I will bring up. Is it Avori's party? Yeah. I'll bring up some of those pictures and slide my phone across the table.
Oh yeah, they'll look at him and oh my goodness, wow, Ozzy, I can't believe you're still wearing that old thing.
You're not still wearing it, are you?
I think I probably am, yeah.
Always wearing that thing.
Oh goodness, but wow, this is impressive. Oh wait, this name looks familiar. Is this? We heard on Scott Haven was talking about there was some conflict down there, right?
Yes, there was. That conflict has been resolved, though.
Oh, excellent. Oh, good. Oh, good. And also mentioned your brother and sister. Did they not want to come along?
They were not able to make it.
Oh, okay. Well, next time.
We can hope for that. Fortunately, conflicts like that don't happen too often. For the most part, Dusk Banter is a pretty just normal city.
Lots of tall buildings, not like around here.
Yeah, it's got to be. I mean, short of Core Junction, it's the most crowded place I think I've ever seen or been to.
Yeah, it certainly is.
Definitely a lot to do there, and you can get lost.
But it's well maintained by Amon Industries.
Yeah, they do a bang up job, don't they?
Oh yeah, no, I'm glad you guys are out of town. I'd heard. I think we heard on the news the other day that Amon was having its own conflict. Is that true?
Is that something we heard?
That is not. You have not seen that on
Yeah,
any of the Snow Days episodes.
No.
What kind of conflict?
Well, kind of like this, and they'll motion towards Forrest in his phone. I don't know that you guys have like house fights or something down there. But there's they were talking about on the news the other day that Amon was having a fight with another Amon company, and then David will. Oh yeah, and then there's those lawsuits coming out about that the guy whose daughter was kidnapped. He's blaming Amon for it.
I'm looking around at everybody else, just like I have no idea what we're talking about right now.
When I get my phone back, or I'll be searching for articles.
Yeah, they'll once they see like all of you guys look visibly confused, they'll be like, "It's not important. It's holiday time." So, oh my goodness, did you guys see them all?
Yeah, we did.
They put that third story on just last year. It was really impressive.
Yeah, there's not a lot up there yet, but that makes sense. The store's got to move in.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That
That'd
was
be a really good place to skateboard around, though.
Yeah, we're excited. The connection from Pauldron to Anise is back up and running. It's odd problems kind of come up in the last year, but they were able to get that repaired and get the tracks back up. So we've been seeing a lot more fruit coming in. That's why they'll motion to the table.
This food is delicious, Mary. Thank you.
I pull cobbler out of my vest if I didn't already do that earlier, and make sure the cobbler's got a plate of food as well.
Yeah. A happy cobbler will enjoy the vast amounts of fish and food here.
Yeah, I probably don't make any kind of distinction between what might be considered, quote, cat food versus people food. So he just gets some of everything, just like me.
But yeah, Mary and David are very excited to see Cobbler in the flesh. They're like, oh my God, he's adorable.
Yeah, I rescued him. They were going to burn him.
Oh, that sounds... What were you doing in a burning building, Oz?
Well, we were trying to get some stuff, and I needed to go and see if there was any stuff in the burning building. And turns out there was Cobbler, so I got Cobbler out of there.
There's that shared concern look between parents. Like,
It's okay. I was safe. See, I'm here. Cobbler's here. I'm not burned. We're good.
A burning building's better than an exploding storage unit.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And they'll look at Keegan.
A small hiccup in our last repo job. We're all
I think
safe.
I'm gonna try to change the subject.
Y'all are
Maybe like
volunteering so
paradigms
much
and stuff.
information.
I'm gonna attempt to roll a knowledge corporate. Maybe I'll have a better idea of the some of the inner workings of Amon to know what they're talking about. But I got a total of 25.
Sure, what are you trying to get with that?
I'm trying to reassure myself that everything is fine back home, despite what they're saying. Like, hopefully, I'm rolling a knowledge check to make sure that I understand that everything is okay with Amon Industries right now.
Real quick, Forrest is going to excuse himself from the table to go to the bathroom, and I will do the same, and it'll all be legit bathroom break. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Lucius, are you talking out loud?
With a 25, it sounds odd, right? Like Amon wouldn't necessarily need to challenge something within its own company, right? Like that sounds bizarre.
Yeah.
As far as the corporations counting as houses was only passed within the last few months. Maybe there's some clause there or something you're not quite sure of. But with the 25 and your knowledge of corporate structure, you'd feel like this is probably a way for Amon Advancements to remove liability by treating a separate part of it as though it were not part of the whole.
Okay. That was a kind of a twofold kind of thing. I'm trying to take the conversation away from the kind of crazy stuff that we do. That's dangerous.
I was going to talk more about the explosion.
We'll let that kind of build into like corporate speak. You're able to kind of maneuver the conversation back where David starts talking about, how much fun it's been becoming a pilot for Mon Air, how he graduated through Mercadine, and finally a spot opened up and he was able to move into the profession he loves. And Mary is helping out around here. She works at a local apothecary for Umbaro Pharmaceuticals before they moved out here and adopted Oswald.
Nice. How long has he been playing?
Coming up on his 7th year.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, he's been all over the world, and so he'll happily show kind of like fun stuff he's picked up from various places.
Sweet mall katanas from all over the world.
Cute little mermaid song.
Oh, they would let you know, Oswald, that Arkish has been promoted to street guard.
Wow, cool.
Yeah, so she's been out and about walking the beat and just kind of checking on stuff. It's nothing to worry about, but late at night, be careful when you're in the lower city. There's been sightings of like the stilt walkers, they've always been kind of rumored. And you remember there was a kid that like people that get washed out to sea on their stilts, they talk about them kind of like souls that have been lost to the ocean that wander around trying to find the shore they can never find.
Is that a confirmed actual thing that happens, or is that more like a local legend type thing?
It does happen, right? I mean, you've fallen on those stilts.
Yeah, I don't mean the washing out to sea. I mean the becoming a stilt ghost thing.
Fair question.
You weren't down there a lot as a kid at night.
Right.
But people are starting to say they see them more and more. Though they're kind of hard to spot at night.
Are they doing anything or just walking around?
Just walking around. They've never hurt anyone, as far as we know. But don't interact with them.
Do they talk?
No, and they don't show up in pictures either.
Well, that's quite bizarre.
And everyone's just cool with it.
So Pauldron doesn't have like seekers like we have, right?
They do not have seekers in the way you do, no.
What do they have that's close to it?
They're more of like volunteer city militia.
Okay. I'd be interested to see these stilt walkers.
Yeah, I'm already like half thinking like, are we sneaking out tonight?
Not on the itinerary.
I'm going to fill my plate up a second time.
I mean,
Yeah,
we've come all the way to Pauldron. We might as well look.
Should we go check that out?
It's on my cryptids bucket list.
If you say they're harmless.
Just got told not to go down there.
Yeah. You got told that they're bad luck and to stay away from them. And your takeaway was harmless. Let's go.
Yeah, I'd be interested in seeing them from a distance. I'm not looking to like go full supernatural into this one, but I mean, since we're here, it'd be interesting. And this can be like a sliver conversation.
That makes way more sense.
You don't need any more bad luck if someone's trying to kill you.
As I'm sitting at the table eating, I'm hearing the sliver conversation and I'm trying not to let it distract me from polite table conversation.
We all go silent, just staring at the plate.
Everyone's kind of like twitching and looking at each other. I don't want to high road anybody, but it's like, yeah, my character, I think, has spotted enough people using their sliver in front of them that it's kind of like being on your phone in front of somebody.
Like Gore is this
Whole
whole time.
But he's honest about it.
Right.
Talking via sliver in the middle of another conversation feels a little bit disrespectful.
And you're right, so just kind of stop doing the sliver communication thing. But
Mary and David would kind of look around the room as all of you turn at the same time to look back towards them.
Are these your recipes?
David will smile politely, and I copied them all off of a list.
And I'm the taste tester.
What's the as far as all your exotic loot goes, what's the pride and joy of your collection, if you have one?
Yeah, David will walk over and point towards what looks like a big shard of Ocanthium.
If you describe a katana right now.
No, it looks like half an anchor, but it looks like it was sharpened on one edge. And he'd say this was a piece of an Ocanthian harpoon used to take down tempest squids.
How big I meant to ask this earlier, but I didn't want to interrupt the description. How big are dragon turtles?
Dragon turtles are about the size of what, about 30 feet long, 40 feet wide.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. And there was a school of those, and one of them got nabbed by one of these things. Okay, cool.
A house, whatever.
The scale chart is now calibrated in my mind as
So we
far
don't
as
go swimming.
how small a speck I am next to what we're
Yeah, we
talking
shouldn't go
about.
swimming.
So how big
Um,
is the Acanthian anchor blade?
It's probably got like a foot and a half on David himself, and he's probably average height 5'8".
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I picked this up. It broke in half when it hit like a rock or a chunk or something, but I guess the Tempest Squid broke it, and it was the ship that I was on at the time. Didn't know what to do with it, so I got to bring this back. And Tempest Squid did leave us alone though, so that was good. But they let me
You're
keep
like-
this part, and the squid has the other half. So if I ever meet, we can compare parts.
It's like the other side of your locket.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that's awesome. As I'm inspecting it closely, I'll ask him if I can touch it.
Yeah, absolutely. Careful, it's sharp.
I'm gonna see how sharp this is. Is Acanthian legendarily sharp?
Yeah, when it's actually intentionally sharpened, those edges are incredibly sharp to a point that they cut through most items.
Mm.
He'll show off a couple other fun things he's picked up in the Vastwood, Corleone paintings, like a picture of him winning a jackpot at one of the golden casinos.
How big of a jackpot?
Almost 10,000 credits.
Hey,
Ooh.
He was at the Dream Realm casino.
so it's one of those that like makes your trip, but it's not like makes your year.
Yeah, it's like, oh, that was a fun one.
He's playing one of those coin pushing games.
Yeah.
See if you can get all the coins to like spill over the edge. For you.
Yeah.
I'll take a look at those Corleone paintings too.
A lot of watercolor, and they're very pretty and fairly large. A lot of green. Like a lot of Corleone paintings is gaze upon this forest, and you're like, it's a lot of forest.
I like forests.
Take a look at it, you can recognize that at least a couple of these are actually from the southern half of Corleone. So you can recognize kind of the roofs of Sandus homes and buildings. So
These are lovely.
Corley is kind of like an Australia of sorts in that it's just got settlements along the outside and then not so much on the inside.
correct. Or think like Brazil, where you have a lot of cities and stuff built closer towards the ocean side for trade and all that
Mhm.
before you get to like the jungle behind it. With that, the night will wind on, and they'll keep to polite conversation and try not to ask too much about your work, but you can occasionally see David or Mary try to sneak in a question of, make sure you guys are kind of all being safe.
The storage unit was closed. We were all good.
Yeah, it really depends on whether Lucius jumps in fast enough to answer before I do.
I'd like to think I'd be on top of it for this conversation.
Yeah, if he focuses on it, it's not hard for Lucius to make sure that this stays in a polite realm without prying too much into anything specific.
When I get to a lull in the conversation where I'm not being directly asked anything, I'm going to actually get around to searching up the house war business with a computer use of 14.
You don't have enough time to like read the article kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, scrolling through, you definitely see references on the Core Junction Global Network
All right.
that the Dargeth territory continues its internal strife with another civil conflict. Those sides are not being discussed. We have all this on fair reporting. That seems to be an internal Amon conflict dealing with its own controlled intellectual property. But it looks like it was announced earlier this day, so it would have been when you guys were during your flight.
News-wise, do we find certain news sources to be more or less trustworthy in that sort of like we do today here? Like, is the Core Junction News Network could you liken it to
Is it the New York Times or New York Post?
the Associated Press, or is it Fox News?
Yeah, Core Junction Global Network is used by most cities and countries outside of the Dargeth area.
Okay. So this is like
The BBC.
Yeah, so tricky here, it's been 3 days since Judge Jotar of the Sodai district had his daughter come back. We're giving them time and space to heal, and we hope that they find solace in this time. But part of that would also tie into with Judge Jotar has announced formal complaints and lawsuits against them on advancements for their covert operations and paid clandestine forces. There's still no response from Ty Freyland over the subject.
That's what we get for getting all our news from the equivalent of Morning Joe.
Yeah, you're right. When the TV at the diner isn't muted, that's when we get our current event updates.
Yeah, Snow Days definitely feels like one of those like morning news shows type things.
But yeah, with that, Mary and David will pull out the cots to set up in the living room for themselves, and they'll let you guys go to bed.
Thank you again for having us. And sorry to put you out.
Not a worry at all. If you guys need anything, let us know, but we'll be here.
Will do. Looking forward to the festivities tomorrow.
Thanks, Mom. Thanks, Dad.
Night, Oz.
So who's in Oswald's old room?
I think it's me and Keegan, and then whoever else wants to be there.
Probably Oz.
I did say that I'm fine taking wherever, but if that's where an open bed is, then yes.
Yeah, Gore will immediately call dibs on your parents' bed.
It kind of makes sense. It's also kind of weird.
I'll be in the parents' room too. That sounds fun. I was kind of looking forward to rifling through your stuff, but you know, there's time.
Yeah, you can go there to do that tomorrow.
Yep.
But yeah, you guys all awake probably a lot earlier than you're used to. David's out back throwing food for the seagulls as there's just this cacophony of horrible screeching of gulls.
Because they made too much food last night.
Yep.
I ate 3 plates. I did what I could.
As early morning kind of rolls around, as the cry of gulls begins to die down, you'll hear a knock at the door for you to hear kind of a chipper female halfling voice. Hey, Mary. Hey, David.
I am leaping out of bed and getting dressed.
And they'll, oh, Vash, come on in. And yeah, Oswald, you get out to the living room, you'll see Vash on Stone Skip.
Hell yeah. I'm going straight over to her and giving her a hug.
She'll give you a hug back. She'll let you know it is Professor Stone Skip now.
Whoa, fancy.
Mm-hmm. I finally finished my thesis and it was approved by Dr. Quartz.
Nice. What's the thesis about? I'd like barely know what a thesis even is.
Planar breaches and divinity conduits as it relates to planar machinations.
Oh, cool. So now you graduated. Now you're a Professor Stone Skip. But now what? What are you going to go do? You getting somebody going to... what happens next?
I'm waiting to get approved to go work at the arcane colleges of Basia.
Cool. So you're going to teach, or you're going to research, or what?
Yeah, I'm going to get into teaching.
That makes sense.
But yeah, the rest of you, when you guys kind of wake up and come out, you'll see a small tan-skinned halfling, large set of glasses, hair pulled up into a bun, as they're wearing kind of the same kind of winter puffy jacket you've seen all over Pauldron. And they'll, hello, everybody.
Hey.
Nice to meet you.
Do a little wave. Hey.
She'll set down a bag and kind of hand out, I got to get going. My siblings, we have our festival families takes a while. But don't worry, Oswald, I'll tell Fop, Trucio, Pedro, Lacine, Anne, Barbaletta, Passero, Pedrinho, Morero, and Pedrao that you said hi.
Yep. Thank you. And I'll say, oh, before you go, and I'll run back to my room and get her present from my suitcase, which when I come back, it's a new skateboard with a bottle of like elemental resistance oil is what I'm giving her. So it's like, it'll resist like elemental energies, at least through one application, because I'm imagining that she is going to like crazy elemental planar places sometimes, and she needs to be able to ride her skateboard there.
Yeah, she'll be very impressed at what a cool thing this is.
Not as impressive as my gift.
Hard drugs.
I didn't bring any hard drugs on this one. No, I figure I have an abundance of t-shirts, so.
Yeah, as you hand her an XXL.
XXL.
Oh my god.
Dark red. It's got a cheeseburger calzone.
Let's throw that into a onesie.
Handed her a pup tent.
Yeah, the shirt's got to be bigger than her.
Probably.
Wow. Thank you. Yes.
Fast shot. This is my boss, Lucius.
Hello, Lucius.
I hope you enjoy it as much as Oswald enjoys bot hamburgers.
I will roll my eyes.
I'll do my best. She gave you all small automated contraptions from Basia. So imagine little kind of clockwork automatons that you guys can use to do like a very simple task. You know, very much the like a mechanical mage hand that lasts for about like 20 minutes as you wind it up.
Cool.
Yeah, she'll leave the bag for you guys to grab as you see fit. She'll roll up the giant shirt, tuck it under her arm, and all right, well, I've got to go. Good seeing you. Happy festival.
Happy festival.
Happy festival.
Happy festival.
Don't say it, John.
I'm not saying it.
Don't you dare.
Didn't expect him to.
After that, Mary and David will begin pulling out presents and getting ready and sitting down.
I will grab the presents for other people as well.
I will go get my bag of presents.
Because it's that awkward time.
Everybody's looking at Lucius and he's like already holding the bag that he just pulled a shirt out of.
Brown paper bag with a big grease stain on it.
As people get up from the common area to go get their bags of presents, and I find myself alone in the room, the blood will drain from my face, and then I'll slowly stand up and go to where I'm staying and go dig through my trunk. Some folks are getting some of my clothes.
We were at the mall. You had an opportunity.
I was playing fucking jungle.
I know.
Jungle
you were
Commando.
Really good at it. We're totally gonna do that again.
I went away for an hour to shop. Like, oh, I wonder where he's going.
And we weren't doing that the entire time. You were there with us at the House of Cutlery, weren't you?
Maybe. I think that's where it may have split off.
No, fours.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I was there.
You could have bought like shitty pocket knives for everybody.
I like the idea of a bunch of poor kids going over to the arcade and all the high scores just say oaf for Oswald and Fours. Fours goes and rummages through his trunk as you guys all gather in the living room to exchange gifts.
Oh boy. Yeah. So people are going to get various assorted personal items selected based on vibes. Someone's gonna get my Zippo lighter with the Drone Zone logo on it. It's well made. It's got some nice heft to it. Someone might be getting my my leopard print leotard.
Yeah, I'm really awkward about this because I was never raised in a gift-giving sort of family. I'll be pretty proud that I got an abundance of gifts. So.
An embarrassment of riches.
Yeah, I'm just passing them out. I'll probably have a couple left over to pass to random people on the street.
Merry Festival of Families. Here's a shirt. You look like you need a shirt.
And with every oversized shirt that he hands out to a random stranger, the shirt in my hand gets devalued just a little bit more.
All right, well, I guess I'll hand out.
So I got an XXL hamburger shirt.
Yes, you did. Probably fits over your power armor.
And I think at this point we're gonna need to mock up a logo for it.
Mm-hmm.
It's overdue.
I want the mustard yellow shirt.
It's gotta be yellow shirt, yeah.
I imagine everybody just kind of like swaps for whatever color they want.
All the sizes are the same.
Yeah.
It's nice.
So when I take the shirt from Lucius, I will hand Lucius a like a smallish box that's been wrapped, and inside are 3 small personal bottles of champagne that you probably recognize from the party we were at.
Oh, what a nice gift.
Oh man, does this allow me to commit mini murders?
For Keegan, I have for you a gift certificate for 2 hours at an axe throwing place back in Dust Banter.
Cool. Thank you.
And for 4s, you've got a box that it's kind of a smallish box, but there's 3 things inside. There's a perfume called Red Dress, a cologne called Suave Sport, and a gold tracker, which is kind of like an AirTag.
Okay. And AirTags, for people who don't know?
Sure, it's like a little device that you like attach to something else that sends out a signal to like your HCOM or whatever, so you know where it is.
Okay.
So it's like a homing beacon, but only for the thing you attach it to.
Okay, nice.
Because I'm thinking about your drone.
hey, stop losing your shit. Yeah. That's actually super handy.
Yeah, and I figured, you needed both perfume and cologne, so yeah. And for Gore, I got him a limited edition skin for like a gacha game that I imagine he plays on his HCOM all the time.
He will put down his phone long enough to, wow,
Yeah.
thank you.
And that's what I got for the people who are here in the room. Oh, sorry, for my folks too. For my parents, I get them, it's a framed photo of me above the airship that Sylvia took above the Estelle airship.
Cool, okay.
And that's everybody in the room.
I will go next. It's a good thing they have wrapping station at the mall. The festival of families. I will hand over Lucius the gift.
Real quick, as you say that, you can see these small awkwardness pass over David. As you can see, most of his presents for you are wrapped in the same gift paper.
Give him a nod. Yeah, no. Okay, Lucius, you've got a nice green, ridiculously long scarf that you could probably wrap around your neck a few times.
Nice.
Neat.
For 4s, I got you a little handheld, almost like video poker style game, but it's called Castle Run.
All right, nice.
For Oswald, I got you a survival guide. That's a small book, just kind of general survival tips.
Nice. Thank you.
You're welcome. Gore, I got him a apt gift card for his HCOM so he can get more things that he likes. I got Cobbler here, a little stuffed owl.
Nice.
For David, I got a small book of maps around the world, different cities, locations. And then for Mary, a stained glass hanging, about like 10 inches wide. It's a couple dragon turtles and jellyfish.
Yeah. Oh, this is very nice, Keegan. Thank you.
You are very welcome. Thank you for inviting us into your home.
Damn, Keegan, you're pretty good at this.
I had an hour at the mall.
Well, I thought about my gifts for weeks.
I'm playing the little game. That
I'm imagining like one of those like tiger handhelds. Is that right?
Yeah, like that.
Nice.
Game and Watch type thing. Yep.
Yeah, what did Gore get us?
Gore will, as he's still typing away furiously on his phone, mine's kind of more of a group gift. And of course, David and Mary, you're welcome to join in. Akalik and I have finished an app for us that will allow you guys to check on the base through the cameras we set up and access the network directly from any of your HCOMs and your slivers.
Yeah, I remember Dosh complaining that we couldn't do that.
I'm kind of confused about how David and Mary are going to join in on this, but I don't say anything about that.
They can watch you at work.
Yeah.
Basically, as they kind of get that look as well of like, I don't see how this is for us. And they're like, you can check on Oswald whenever you want. And they'll, oh, thank you so much.
Or I guess Cobbler Cam.
If you want to check the Cobbler Cam.
Oh my God, do we have a little GoPro on his collar?
We're about to.
That'll make the next Cobbler episode even funnier. Mary and David will pull their gifts out. David will kind of, hey, I tried over the last few months to get stuff for you guys while I was out at various cities and locations that Oswald's kind of told me that you guys have connections with. So if anything doesn't work, I totally understand. I can take it back. It'll just take a while. I was able to get your company registered with Mon Air, so you do get the corporate rate. So it is 75% off for all Bold Requisitions employees when using Mon Air.
Oh, cool.
And you can see David will take that opportunity. So, it's not going to be too cost prohibitive for you to come visit a little bit more often, Oswald.
Yeah.
And we know when you're free.
Yeah.
Right. I feel like we don't actually get days off that often, though.
You do not.
As I'm still, frankly, I'm still wounded from yesterday. Or I guess 2 days ago now.
Well, I couldn't find one with your name on it, Lucius, but I asked the people at the library, and they said this was the funniest one. He'll kind of unpack and pull out a silver and white coffee mug as he'll hand it over to you. They said it's magically enchanted, so any liquid that goes into it turns into a standard black coffee at the desired temperature.
It's magical, right?
It is.
Crazy.
Yeah, I got it from the Perpetual gift shop. And as you kind of turn it around, there's like a sword on it, kind of looks like Clippy, that has like comically sinister eyes. And it says across it, "If I don't want coffee, it's because I failed my will save."
Awesome.
Is this a design that's already been mocked up?
No, not at all.
Okay.
That's gotta be some merch. We need to sell that mug as merch.
Mary will pull out a box that's probably half the size of Oswald. She pushes it around the corner. Honey, I know you're a professional, but it is time to get rid of that old thing. Your father was able to pick one up from Mercadine right off the assembly line, the newest model, and it's up to current safety standards. She'll unbox a brand new Hedron Mining Gear 3.5.
Whoa.
Black and silver accents on it, and the grapple points are no longer made out of Canthian. They use a spider climb rune so as not to damage the Hedron while they're working.
Cool. That's really neat. Thanks, Mom. Thanks, Dad.
Yeah, and
And I'm
David will-
immediately pulling it out of the box and fooling with it.
And David will also, it's pretty obvious you've outgrown your box, as he'll point towards your shoes. So we did get you some new Hedron boots that they are reinforced, and so help you kind of get around a little bit easier.
Sweet. I'll take off my existing shoes and try on the new ones.
They fit well and like a glove. You can see where they have small spikes at the bottom to help kind of cling in. And really, if you push them down, you don't push them down too hard here in the carpet, otherwise you'll ruin it. But you can definitely feel where it would lock in to kind of help you stay in position.
Sweet.
Piece of equipment.
The newer Hedron mining gear is meant to be put on quicker.
Tell you what, if you're listening to this episode right now and you want to know the stats of this gear, let us know.
Mary will pull out a nice looking kind of black coat box marked, you see the big DC on it for Delam Crow. Oswald mentioned that you were a talented runner, you like to exercise and move around. I hope this is to your liking. He said you like colors, and they'll hand you over the box fours.
Oh.
Yeah, open inside, it is an official Delam gold blend suit. So you can see where Hedron has been kind of woven into the fabric of the sun cloth to help propel motion and give you kind of kinetic boost as you move around. But it is also zebra striped, and it does change colors to fit your mood.
Sweet.
Awesome.
Yeah, these are
yeah.
some incredible gifts.
It's your infinite coffee mug. Fuck all y'all.
And I will be putting random liquids that I find around. I'm half tempted to take one of these champagne bottles and turn it into coffee. But yeah, I'm definitely just random shit. Whoa, it's still coffee.
David will pull out just a small envelope and pass it over to Gore. I'm sorry, Gore, we know how much you like your phone, but we didn't want to get something that wasn't useful to use, and maybe Lucius will give you the time off, but it's 2 passes to the Basea Tech Expo this summer. Gore's eyes will go wide as he looks just pleadingly at Lucius.
Sorry, Cinderella.
And David will sheepishly kind of hand over a bag to Keegan.
I will take it.
I hope you like it. We tried to get something for you.
Please say the bag says House of Cutlery on the side.
I will open up the bag.
Yeah, it's been put into a nondescript gift bag, as you get past all the tissue paper. There's a very nice looking Corlean eelskin leather jacket. You can see it's embroidered with made in Chirai, so it looks like it is authentic. There's a bottle of vintage Illican whiskey that is of acid immunity. And at the very bottom, I think the size of a grapefruit, like a cactus in a jar with a glass lid on it, there's a small Vastwood Reaper bonsai. So one of the famous kind of flowering, but very poisonous and very dangerous plants of the Corlean Vastwood.
Oh, this is cool. Thank you so much. These are great.
So the whiskey is for being able to camp in the Corlean wilderness without dissolving.
Uh-huh.
Basically.
Yeah, it's
Right on.
camping whiskey.
And I will pull the jacket on.
Yeah, it slides over your shoulders and fits a little snug.
This is Very nice, thank you.
They'll look relieved as everything seems to have gone over well, so they'll start prepping for lunchtime. And they'll let you guys know that tonight we're going to have a large dinner. The entire block comes out so we can hang out with the neighbors, and kind of the more generic gifts can kind of be passed between families.
Oh, generic gifts.
Do I need to go back to the mall?
We politely don't call out which ones are which. But we do acknowledge that the heartfelt ones exist and the generic ones exist.
Other than that, as gifts go around and hugs and laughs are kind of shared, you guys have a bit of downtime before the big dinner, and then you guys will head back tomorrow.
Oh man, yeah, this is just a quick trip.
Gotta get back to work.
You gotta find out who's trying to kill you.
You know, just
I'm sure that'll
need
just happen on its own.
time for the stilt ghosts.
That's what I'm thinking. Give us some time to go see this area where the stilt ghosts hang out at.
Yeah, y'all want to go down to the lore area?
I mean, I feel like it'd be regrets if we didn't.
Yeah, let's go check it out.
Yeah, can't take pictures of them, so this is the only way we can see them.
Oh yeah, good point. I gotta try out my new suit.
I'll go put my deadly cactus away.
I'm definitely wearing my new gear.
So it's easier to put on. Does that mean it's sleeker? Can you sit in a car seat like an adult? Is that a thing?
That's a good question. I mean, I'm sure it's still like basically the same form. Like it's still going to be a thing that I put on my back, you know.
Uh-huh.
So maybe it's a smaller backpack-sized object that's between my back and the back of the seat that I'm sitting in, but it's still like sitting in a car seat while wearing a backpack.
Okay.
Am I getting this right that your noodles that shoot out are gonna spider climb as opposed to harpoon into things?
Sounds like it.
That's awesome. Okay, so just imagine us getting sued by the city.
Yeah. I'm surprised we haven't gotten dinged for a whole bunch
Massive
of
bill
property damage.
eventually. You're right.
There's a class action lawsuit. If your property was damaged between these dates, you might be entitled to just go after us. That's the end of the series. Just get bankrupted by a Hedron mining class action suit. Clearly, these need to be regulated.
It would totally be a Still Rose as the primary person funding the lawyers for this class action lawsuit too.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the cardinal sin of stealing from a rich person.
Is they still have money and they can still buy lawyers and they can still fuck you over.
But yeah, as you guys will then head out to leave the day, as Mary and David will say they're gonna prep lunch and get stuff ready for tonight, but we don't want to hold you guys hostage in here. Go enjoy the city for a bit.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'm gonna take them down to the Loria.
All right, be safe.
Always.
Yeah, you'll head out passing by Jarrell's Clean Apparel, a local laundromat.
That's where Hope's family works, right?
Correct.
Then I'm stopping in there. I'll say, hold on, guys. I got one more gift I got a gift to give away as well.
As you enter in, you'll see the handsome Corlean face on the news. I guess almost comically large sunglasses on his face, as he's talking about the Crow family has reached out for any information about the rash of murders that seems to be targeting them. Over the last several months, Sevendalam, Toger Crow, and Filian Crow have been assassinated, as so the family suggests. But you will hear the loud and booming voice of, "Oh, is that Waldo?"
Hope! And I will go over and give a big hug.
Yeah, Hope will come out. You'll see his small kin kind of come running out as well. As the young one will look up at him and he's like, Wallskip, this is my best friend. This is Waldo.
And I'll crouch down and think about correcting Hope for a moment, and then just reach out a hand and say, "Pleasure to meet you."
The small child will, "Hello."
We all get to hear him be called Waldo.
You hear it beam outside of the building. As kind of this, maybe a good foot taller than Waldo, a little bit kind of portly Void will wave at all of you standing out there.
I'll wave too.
Wave back.
I'll toss him a little bit of a gift as well.
With the obvious nickname of Ozzy dangling right out there. I gotta admire this person's style.
Yeah.
Going with Waldo. I gotta, yeah, much respect.
Yeah, I'll give Fours a bit of a nudge to Waldo.
So yeah, I'll say, hey, I can't stay long. I got, family in town and friends and whatnot. We're heading down to the lower area, but want to come by and give you your gift. I'll reach into my bag and I'll give Hobe a big Omnimart-sized bag of Grick tendrils and a ball cap that has like a retro Balance Engineering logo on it as a joke.
Yeah, he'll immediately put it on, kind of turn it backwards, and Azrai, go in the back. Get Waldo's gift. Azrai's a fairly small void at the moment, and they bring out this. You know he must have gotten someone to modify to add more puff to this jacket. It is a vomitous neon green with sharp kind of neon yellow squares going on it. And it has like this, it has a picture on the back of a Karin.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, happy festival.
Happy festival, Hobe. It was good to see you. And I will stuff that in my bag because I don't see a way of putting it on right now.
It's like when you try to fold a sleeping bag, but you don't know how to do it correctly. Like you keep shoving it in there, and somehow another part keeps puffing out.
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna show off that Hobe drip.
I'm not even sure if I could put on my mining gear over this like super extra puffy jacket. I could try.
I'll help you strap it down.
Yeah, all right. I guess I'll do that then.
I guess I'll be standing by with the water bottle so you don't overheat.
We're gonna stand out as a group with my punch junction armor.
Hobe dies laughing as he watches the four of you kind of hold Oswald in place as you put this jacket on him and then strap him in with his new mining gear. It reminds you of like rich people putting Pomeranians in coats, but then putting them on leashes and holding them up by the leash. Like everything's scrunched around the chest and his arms are puffed all the way out. Like Oswald himself can't quite reach his own chest when he tries to fold his arms in. And Hope will just be like, that's the best gift you could have given me.
Yeah, I'll model it for him to give him an opportunity to take pictures.
Oh yeah, that's right, get the phone.
I'm gonna hold him up by two of the tendrils. like as if it was the leash.
After a vast amount of laughing, he'll thank you all for that and go back inside.
All right.
Pleasure meeting you.
Oh yeah, if you guys actually do the introductions, he'll introduce himself as Hope Jarrell. He runs this his parents' laundromat with his young kin, Azrai Hobe. Yeah, a round of handshakes before you guys head to one of the checkpoints that leads to the lower city. Yeah, behind there in Illiken, we'll look up and carry on.
All right, and we'll pass on through.
Yeah, the lower part definitely feels different than the top. There's not like that industrialized feel of malls and big shops and banks. It's a lot of corner stores kind of built into the side of the boulder with kind of wooden walkways that extend out. Every so often there's occasionally like a lower area for people that you see them putting on these large stilts that they use to get into the water and move around as they collect gems or peel off sea life that they sell up in the markets above. You'll see people out surfing in between the large rocks, and yeah, down here it feels very different seeing, especially down here, there's a severe lack of like lizard folk, humans, and Corleans. So there's a lot more Illiken and Void down here. But people will smile and wave as they carry baskets of fish. Street vendors will yell for fresh caramelized squid.
First one I see that's doing that, I'm grabbing some.
Yeah, and the ice cream didn't do it justice. These are actually pretty tasty. They've been dried, salted, and then basically refried again before drizzled with caramel.
I would try them, and I wouldn't even change the flavor.
I will try one as well.
So wait, why does this get the respect of your taste buds? Lucius?
Because I tried the ice cream and it seemed to be okay.
All right. Yeah, I'll be trying some.
I feel like a lot of the time Lucius's default is to change the flavor before even the first taste.
Exactly. Exactly.
He knows what he likes.
Yeah, it's not like adding hot sauce after you take a bite. It's just like, I'm just changing my mind entirely before I even try this.
Yeah, this is strawberry ice cream right now. But no, just taking in the novelty of this place. I'll levitate my cup down to the water and pull up some fresh coffee.
Nice.
Slightly above room temperature coffee fills your cup.
My favorite temperature for coffee.
Tepid.
Be careful doing that. You don't want a Karin to grab your mug.
Yeah, I'm sure it's gonna be all right.
I'm keeping my eyes peeled for ghosts. Oh wait, it's way too early for that, isn't it?
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll be watching the Stillwalkers.
There's a fun kind of cadence to it and how they have to move and walk, and occasionally you see the Karin kind of snap their claws where the Stiltwalkers might like land on a larger one or something, but they throw a few Grick tentacles out, and you'll watch as they all kind of start quickly swimming across the water, kind of flying with it as they jump over and start trying to grab and eat at it before the other ones can get it.
Nice.
But yeah, it's interesting. This part probably feels a little bit more normal to you guys because of the tall cliff sides, kind of taking the place of skyscrapers and buildings, so that you guys kind of feel a bit more closed in as it blocks out the sun a bit as you guys kind of walk around.
Like Uber Boardwalk.
Yeah.
Given the chance, I'd like to talk to any random person about ghost walkers.
Oh, yeah. Well, of course, everyone's seen them, but, some people sound like they've actually seen them.
Okay.
And they'd be like, yeah, no, they strange creatures with their jade eyes and their golden skin. They walk the waters.
That is nuts. Can I get a sense of whether or not they're embellishing on these things?
Yeah, so you can roll me a sense motive.
We're going to try to do a sense motive. I'm going to try to talk this up, though, and use a perform oratory as per a bard skill instead.
Excellent.
Sounds like more of a werewolf than a Sasquatch.
Sir, I think I know the difference between a werewolf and a Sasquatch.
So I got a total of 26.
Yeah, you can tell that it's not embellishment. This person seems to be conveying that, like, they believe this is what they saw.
Crazy. All right. Well, I feel confident that I believe them.
You believe they saw exactly what they saw?
Or something at least close to it.
No.
So are we gonna come back tonight to see if we can see it ourselves?
It's a thought, but I wouldn't want to ruin the festival for, your family. So
Well, this would be afterwards, right? Because it's gotta happen tonight.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm fine with this being the last thing we do tonight.
As we kind of finish up this session, then presents exchanged, time spent down here, kind of walking around this mid-city boardwalk. You guys have had a couple days to really enjoy the smell of brine and the caws of seagulls and the clacking of small crabs and whatnot. You guys will return to have a good night, meeting all the neighbors that live in the cul-de-sac.
Could I have gotten a patch or something while I was down in the lower levels?
Yeah, absolutely.
Welcome to Pauldron, or this is a Pauldron thing.
Yeah.
Pauldron Pride.
As we conclude the Festival of Families, as you guys are all having a good time, laughing, joking, Hobe's there with his kin. You'll see Vashon with all of her siblings as you guys are all having a blast. Lucius, you would get a message from Barry saying to call me immediately.
Oh, that's interesting. With everybody around, I won't think anything of it, and I'll levitate my HCOM in front of us and dial up Barry.
I apologize. I know it's late, sir.
No,
How was your time at Oswalds family?
it's been surprisingly delightful. You'll have to see this mug.
Highlight of the trip.
Yeah, and don't worry, everybody's loving the t-shirts.
Fuck everything else. This mug.
Toby Barry's wearing an XXL Bob Hamburgers t-shirt right now.
Are you in a safe place to talk?
Safe as anywhere.
On speaker?
Yeah, in front of you guys.
So, and then where are Oswald's parents at this moment in relation to us?
They're chatting up like a pile of halflings, like a table away.
Okay, so we're in like mingling party mode.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I was just making sure I got the context of the situation fully.
Barry will. All right. Well, I'm very sorry, sir. Banter support swung by. They've delivered a wine basket.
That is some awful news.
Awesome.
Oh, shit.
Thanks so much for listening. This is the end of Chapter 2. As always, our music is by Nihilor, the first song being Catabasis, then Last Chance, Freedom to Speak, and ending with Dweller on the Threshold. Like, rate, review, subscribe, all that jazz. Bye!